Happy birthday, Sagittarians. Welcome into your angel and ancestor message for your birthday week, December 18th through the 24th. If you're celebrating a birthday this week, make sure you drop that down below in the comments so I can wish you a happy birthday personally. I thank you guys so much for tuning in and being here, especially my channel members that are tuning in here early and ad-free. I love you all so very much, and I thank you for your love and support. If you want to become a member of the channel for that viewer perk and more, join at the link in the description box below or hit that join button next to subscribe. All right, so interesting message here coming through from your angels and ancestors. There's something that has stabilized in your root chakra that is allowing you to be free enough in your energy, Sagittarians, to either pursue a dream or continue on a particular journey. And I almost want to say it's a creative one for somebody here, but any journey that's relevant to you, it's either you're picking it up for the first time or you're getting this kind of surge of energy to keep going. Okay. I also feel like there's something about your intuition that's locked in, is how they were showing me, like lock and key style, or you're unlocking a new sense of perception that comes from your intuition. So it's almost like you're being able to see something through an intuitive lens as opposed to maybe an overly logical one, or there's something about your logic and intuition that's finding a nice balance. But it is all stemming from a very solid root chakra that you have going on. So I don't know if you've been working on your nervous system, if you've been doing root chakra work specifically, but it almost feels like starting with your birthday week here, and definitely for your next trip around the sun, there's no more weight or no more limits on you. So if you've been feeling limited or weighed down, especially energetically, that's being lifted off of you here, starting with your birthday week. Okay. And it was like boom, 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 like that when my meditation for this message. Okay. So let's see what your angels and ancestors want you to know in depth about that. Thank you so much, Divine Universe. And angels and ancestors assigned to the Sagittarian energetic collective. Who's here? What do you want to say? Yeah, embrace the energy of peace. Like I said, there's something stable in your root chakra. Our root chakra gives us that sense of who we are and our sense of stability, okay? Feeling safe enough to be seen, heard, loved, vulnerable, all lies in that root, okay? So embracing the energy of peace is something that could definitely serve you well in this week and over the next year. Magic guardian here, okay? Unlocking the magic within. I feel like that's tied into your intuition here. There's something magical happening with your third eye, maybe even now that your root chakra is stabilized. So somebody here has been doing a lot of chakra work. Okay, good for you. Grow within your current situation. Speaking of being rooted. Yeah, love and let yourself be loved with the heart guardian and the wise one. Winter, take care of your needs. Okay. Who else is here supporting Sagittarius? The eagle, see it from a higher perspective. Like I said, you're going to be able to see something through an intuitive lens is how I was getting it, which might allow you to see the macro as opposed to focusing on just the micro aspects of something. Seeing the bigger picture could be very, very important for you this week and around this year. Yeah, and a shift in your perception. Exactly. Okay, transforming and unveiling your gifts. This feels very Neptunian. Neptune is in the final degrees of Pisces right now, and I believe come January it'll enter Aries, which will be an entirely new era. Yeah, like we're talking 200 plus years since Neptune was last in Aries. So maybe even 300. Long time coming, okay? I want to say maybe 2, but anyway, maybe 2 to 300. I'm hearing like maybe some birthday money might be coming your way last period. That's nice. But anywho, it does seem like you're shifting along with Neptune. Something about Neptune is very significant for y'all. Maybe you have a Neptune in Sagittarius or Capricorn. Even if you're not born on this cusp, that can resonate for you if you're tuning in. But once you get something from a higher perspective, it allows you to feel safe enough to let yourself love and be loved within some sort of dynamic that you're a part of, or you've grown so much in a current situation. All that you really need to do is embrace the energy of peace and take care of your needs, and it seems like the rest is going to take care of itself. There's something falling in place for you right now, Sagittarians, that I don't really know that you're fully aware of, hence the higher perspective. It might look like nothing's happening, it might feel like nothing's happening, or something's happening at like a slower rate, but in the grand scheme of things, something is actually developing or moving or shifting or happening for you. I keep getting that word happening. So some sort of action might be crucial here, or some sort of manifestation could show up in your world. And that manifestation is coming in the grand scheme of things quite quickly. Okay? Okay. All right, let me make sure y'all know how I be. Okay, this is in frame, period. Let's just scoot this up just a wee bit, and we'll pull some tarot on this, okay? I would say there's a large focus on your heart chakra. I've been channeling that for a while, that you might be entering that wave of that fourth dimension ascension, okay? Starting to sense and feel everything through the heart, okay? So it's a lot about the mental body for you, I feel like, this week and maybe over the next year. That could be what's developing, or you might be getting a lot more strength in the force of your mental energy. So again, manifestation, what you think will be. So think wisely as much as you can. Something, okay, I'm hearing something in you might have broke, or you might have been feeling broken about something. This could be life in general, this could be something specific, okay? Whatever that is being healed over this next year. You're going to have a lot of experiences, a lot of understanding, a lot of revelation that's going to allow you to clearly shift your perception, which is gonna maybe that's that freedom I was getting, free you from some sort of energetic weight. Okay, so maybe you're completing a karmic cycle this year, or at the beginning of your birthday week, or throughout your birthday week, a karmic cycle is closing. Again, much like with Neptune. Okay, so I would check in with your Neptune placement if you're already familiar and see how that's relevant to what you're feeling now. If you're not, there are free natal chart calculators linked in my description box. But tell me a little bit more, angels and ancestors, about this broken arrow. The World and the Seven of Swords. Yeah, I can't make it up. You're completing a karmic cycle, period. Thank you, Divine. And you got the Lovers. That's where this Heart Guardian steps in. Okay, God, the source of wisdom, fountain of wisdom, gives success in all ventures. Seven of Swords, God nurturing and maintaining everything. Knowledge of good and evil, appeases divine anger, cures epilepsy. Okay. I'm focused on that appeases divine anger. Again, back to the root chakra. You could have released or let go of a lot of anger this past year. A lot of situations might have placed you in the position to face that anger, finally feel it, finally let it go, maybe even acknowledge that it's there. Whatever that's looked like for you. That's what's clearing out. You've successfully found the wisdom in that anger, and that's going to serve you well this next year. Okay, your next trip around the sun. Okay, what's the magic unlocking within for Sagittarius? Okay, the Page of Swords. Like I said, it's something about your mental body that's getting maybe a surge of energy, an upgrade, an ascension in how you see things, how you perceive things. Again, through that Eagle and Air Guardian intuitive lens. Okay, so refuge governs dreams, reveals mysteries hidden from mortals. God, the refuge. Something about your intuition, I feel, Sagittarians, whether you're aware of it or not, has saved you more than once. And I just heard that very clearly, and will continue to be your saving grace through this next year. So it's very important that you continue to develop whatever relationship you have with your intuition. Okay. And I think the reason why your intuition might be a little bit more clear is because you've gotten rid of some sort of instability or anxiety in the root chakra. Again, your sense of stability within yourself is different. It's maybe stronger. Therefore, you can hear yourself clearer, if that makes sense. That anger could have been blocking your intuition. Yeah, I would say you maybe had a lot to be angry about this past year. But a remedy for that is coming. Okay. Or you found the remedy. Again, they're showing me that lock and key. The Nine of Swords. Right. Okay. Purification, protection from the impious religious sentiments. Okay. The comforting God. Like I said, that's the remedy. You're going to find some sort of comfort, which can maybe come through as like acceptance. Again, peace. Embrace the energy of peace around something that either once angered you or that you've been holding a lot of anger around. You're finally ready to let it go, or you already have, and now so much can pour in because that anger isn't filling up the space, filling up the heart. Okay. So what's about this wisdom in this current situation? What's the wisdom in the current situation? Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you know how to apply yourself now. God sung above all. Loyalty and allegiance, friendship and reconciliation. So you've been doing a lot of healing, maybe a lot of mending of friendships and relationships, family dynamics this past year. Maybe, again, anger. Okay. I feel like a big focus for you this next year is going to be loyalty to taking care of your needs. Maybe there's been a shift in loyalty or a shift in your perception of what loyalty means. Maybe means to you specifically. What that looks like, what that feels like, what actions match that. Okay. And then you got the King of Swords, right? So you can continue to make wise choices and decisions. Thank you, Divine. The Exalted God, victory, grants victory and protection from lightning. Man. Lightning can be a sign of change or a symbol of change, quick and sudden change. Think Tower card. Again, maybe this past year has been a lot of towers. I thought that was loyalty, or I thought this person was loyal to me. I thought this, you know, a lot of what you maybe thought, since there's a lot of mental energy out here, could have shifted a lot. And for some of y'all, you might not have addressed that anger just yet, but you're becoming aware that it's there. So maybe this is the year of you healing the root chakra. Okay, so again, you know yourself better than any reader. Okay, take what connects with you. The Four of Wands with love, and let yourself be love. Okay, this could have even maybe had to do with a union or a marriage. God the Savior Rectification helps one live in peace with everyone. Exactly. There was a part of you that wasn't at peace with everyone in a current situation that you're in. That even could be macro, as far as like, I'm not at peace with the way the world is moving. Like, there could have just been a lot of triggers. Okay. Some of y'all might have been dealing with those triggers as they have come. Another group of y'all, those triggers are kind of stored up here. And you're going to have to face them so that, again, you can hear your intuition clearly. And you can invite and embrace that energy of peace. So that either something can go a bit smoother or you can reach whatever level you need to reach. So there is a next level here for you, Sagittarians. It's just how you manage that root chakra and that anger energy. Again, if you've been addressing it as it's come, good for you, keep going. But for those of you that have maybe had to compartmentalize it, stuff it in the back of the mind, put it off to the side for a minute, it's time to get all that sorted through, okay? Tell me more about the Four of Wands. Yeah, some of you might even reflect back and be like, yeah, I spent a lot of this year mad. Like, and that's valid and that's real, okay? There's no shame or no judgment with that, but it needs to be acknowledged and dealt with. Okay, you got the Five of Cups, God, King, and Ruler, prosperity, destruction of the enemy, and deliverance from bondage. Exactly. That anger is holding you hostage. For whoever that resonates for, that anger is holding you hostage. So take care of your needs. Let's get into winter. Why is winter significant? The Page of Cups, because you got to get to the heart. Yeah, God who rejoices, divine comfort, gives consolation and protection from one's enemies. So there might have been a lot of enemies that were revealed to you. Again, that back to that loyalty piece. That could also bring about a lot of anger. Again, fair and valid. But if that anger is showing up in your world, then it's your responsibility to deal with it. Nothing that anybody could say or do is going to make you feel better. You got to own that anger and you got to find a way to work through it, transmute it, turn it into something positive for yourself. Let it go. Whatever it is you want to pour it into, channel it into something. Okay, Sagittarians, maybe that's that creative flow I was picking up on in my meditation for you. Get creative around it. Because you never know, whatever this anger might be, I guarantee you, you're not the only one feeling it. You're not the only one who has felt it. It could be healing for not just you, but for others. So I guess not being afraid to express your anger could be something you might be overcoming right now, or you might overcome over the next year. Okay, tell me about this Page of Cups with winter. Thank you. The Queen of Pentacles, yeah. The eternal God, intellectual lucidity, provides consolation and compensations. Again, so a lot of consolation. It seems like the divine and your angels and ancestors are trying to comfort you and console you. They're aware of that anger. It could be generational anger. Okay, very real, very valid. But maybe even something, channeling that into something intellectual for you, into feeding your curiosity or finding some sort of solution, depending on whatever the root of the anger is. Using your mind, back to that mental energy, to sort through it might be the best plan of action for you. Again, take it as it resonates. So what does Sagittarius need to see from a higher perspective? Thank you. The Chariot, I can't make it up. Like I said, it might not feel like anything is moving or anything is happening. You might even feel stuck, but you are not nowhere near it. You're really in the Chariot. I almost want to say something could be moving so fast that it feels like it's slow. Not really sure how that works, but that's kind of what I'm seeing. something moving so fast that it looks like it's suspended in time. That's almost like a representation of what your energy might feel like right now, or something you might be facing or feeling over this next year. Yeah. Archangel Michael showing up here for you, Sagittarians, who is like God, perseverance, success in conflict, overcoming adversity. Yeah. So you've had your fair share of adversity and you're overcoming it. And I don't think we talk about that enough. Overcoming adversity doesn't necessarily feel like you're overcoming anything. It feels like you're in that 9 of Wands, getting beat up and beat down left and right. So that sense of hopelessness can come in, that sense of, I just heard, when will it stop? When will it ever end? Like dread, all of that. But you're literally moving through it. You're not stuck. You're not stagnant. You're in motion. You can trust that. Chariots here, okay? From a higher perspective, you're in your destiny. You're aligned. You're persevering beautifully, Sagittarius. Okay? Tell me a little bit more about the Chariot here for this higher perspective. Ooh, okay. Hierophant in reverse. And listen, the merciful God, divine forgiveness, obtains friendship, favors the great, secures promises in reverse. Despite the anger, okay? Despite that maybe obstacles in friendships, friendship over here too with the Page of Pentacles. Despite maybe the lack of favor that you feel you've gotten, you're still in your Chariot. So despite everything that has happened maybe over this past year, maybe again the root of all that anger, you're still in alignment, and that's what matters. I can't make it up. The Ace of Cups with the Magician just fell out. Our last 2 cards here. Okay, I'm going to put the Ace of Cups first with the Magician underneath. So God, the King of Heaven, rejuvenation, obtains the mercy of God and gives long life with shifting your perception. The Magician, the generous God, spiritual wisdom and magic helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. Exactly. And that hidden secret was in your heart chakra. That wisdom was in your heart chakra, but all of that anger, disappointment, maybe even sadness, sorrow, whatever, however you want to name it and label it, that adversity, we'll call it, has allowed you to really access a lot of wisdom that, again, I don't know that you are fully aware you have, or you're fully aware that you can obtain right now, but you're going to become aware of that definitely over this next year. So all of this has happened to help you gain wisdom and discover. Ooh, I'm hearing the hidden talents, the hidden truth within you. Again, 4th chakra ascension. You're a part of that wave. This is all to help you transform and unveil your gifts. Great teacher here right after that, learning from spiritual experiences. Yeah. And you have that green light here, Sagittarius, to continue to trust your instincts, or to start trusting your instincts. Again, if that anger has been blocking your intuition, start facing it and dealing with it, transmuting it as you need to. So you can hear yourself, hear your higher self, hear God, source, nature, the divine, the universe, however you name it, a lot more clearly. Okay? All right, let's get you some synchronicities to see what is guiding and supporting you this week and around this next year. Okay, what angel numbers are here guiding and supporting Sagittarians for their birthday week and beyond it? 2020. So maybe some of this anger even stems back, I want to put it like that, to 2020. When the world had a collective Pluto moment, low-key. Yeah. You could be storing anger even from then. Okay, so check in with yourself if that feels relevant for you. If you know you haven't been dealing with your emotions all that well, which is, again, we all struggle and can be challenged with that. This would be the time, the moment, the year to really get that out of your system. Okay? Yeah, passion. Because what's on the other side of that anger is your passion, for sure, and the truth. I just heard bonds have failed you. So again, maybe there's been a lot of shifts in your relationships, your friendships, your family dynamics, lovers maybe even. That loyalty coming back up. Being loyal to people who were disloyal to you can absolutely piss you off. And you have every right to feel angry about that. There's no need to bypass that. It's real. But it is your responsibility. Again, nothing that anybody can say or do can shift that for you. That's your work. Okay. Something about October 31st could have been significant. Yeah. You got this shift happening here. 55 or 10 could be significant. Again, multiples of 10. Tell me a little bit more. That was too chunky. What else? What other synchronicities are relevant here for Sagittarians in this energy? Oh, yeah. 88 in reward. You got support. 333 in reverse. Okay. We're going to read that reversal. One more. For Sagittarians during their birthday is self-love. Period. 2255. So 55 is a significant number. Again, 5s can denote change. It's also Hierophant energy, structure, status quo, what you thought was reliable, maybe wasn't, turned out again to lack loyalty. But at the root of it all is forgiveness. And I know we don't like to hear that. We want to stay mad forever. We want to see people be in pain, whatever the case may be. I can sense it. But honestly, forgiveness is truly just accepting that whatever happened, happened. Nothing can be really done about it other than you managing what it made you feel. So the forgiveness, and I know you've heard it, is really for you. It's not for the other people. It's not letting them off the hook. It's not letting them get away with anything. It's you saying, it's above my pay grade. That's too much for me. That's clouding up my energy. My peace is, thank you, divine. It's you saying my peace is more important. Forgiveness does not mean I allow you back in. It just means I let it go. It doesn't rule my thinking. It doesn't rule my emotional body, my spiritual body. Okay? Yeah. And that's where you find your abundance. Once you get to this space, okay? So let's see what this... Ooh. Come on. There we go. What is 333 in reverse about? Okay. So support showing up here, 333 in reverse, could be fear holding you back from achieving amazing things. Fear can also be that undercurrent of anger. Got to get into that. Stuck at a crossroads or indecision, feeling unfulfilled in your relationships. That's definitely out here. The need to rest and recharge. Take a winter break here, Sagittarius. Okay, embrace, if you're in winter time, embrace the nature around you. Rest and recharge. Go slow. Take your time. Okay. The affirmation here, though, says, magic and miracles are coming my way. And I can't make it up. Let me read this to y'all. Express yourself. This is a hug from the encouragement. This is a hug of encouragement and a resounding yes from the universe to keep going. Live your life exactly as you want to. Trusting your intuition and being your best, most confident self takes creativity and real tangible efforts. Good thing you're blessed with an incredible reservoir of inner strength. Opportunities are attracted to ingenuity and courage. It takes a lot of courage to forgive, Sagittarians. Doesn't take a lot of energy, truly. to hold on to things. The real bravery, the real courageous act is to let it go. And trust that karma will do her thing, as she does, as it is inevitable. Okay? So it almost feels like this shift in your mental body is somewhat of a reward, okay, for some sort of deception, disappointment, disloyalty in the bonds that you've had, the relationships that you've had, whether platonic or romantic or both. Like I said, channel that anger into some passion project, something creative. And that's how you'll have that transformation, that shift in the heart chakra here, okay? Where honestly, support being in reverse, you might have been looking to other people to lean on when the divine is trying to get you to lean on yourself. And I know sometimes that can sound really isolating, but it's not to say cutting everybody off. It's to say that no one is responsible for you getting where you want to be but you. So if somebody's not supporting you in a way that you want, that shouldn't stop you supporting yourself. Like, you supporting yourself, you loving yourself has to be the main fuel, the main engine. And maybe that is a new perspective and or something that you are fully realizing in this moment, or maybe over the next year, or you've already stepped into that awareness, and that's what's going to carry you forward here. Alrighty? I thank you guys so much for tuning into this message. I really do hope it serves you well and brings in some sort of clarity or confirmation that you may need for your birthday week. Again, happy birthday to the Sagittarians out there celebrating. Drop your birthday down below in the comments so I can wish you a happy birthday on your special day. And I'll see you all in our next one. All right? Love you lots. Namaste.